Hello, welcome from Trend Signal for a review of the data and events the week beginning the 18th of September. Another important week of economic data, central bank meetings, central bankers talking, so quite a bit to go through. First of all, a holiday in Japan, so Japanese markets are closed overnight, but the Far East markets came in moderately firm, although European markets are slipping as we speak around midday on Monday, but still moderately higher on the day for now. Markets last week seemed to be dominated by currency moves, really. Certainly the FTSE stuck out like a sore thumb, the only major market to be down 162 points on the week, whereas the likes of the S&P 500 and the Dow Jones were up 1.6%, 2.2% respectively. The DAX in Germany, key market in the Eurozone, up 214 points. The Nikkei up a whopping 634 points, so that's 3.25%. All down to currencies, pretty much. In fact, the only ones that aren't sort of currency related, I guess, are the US markets, which tend to be powering ahead really in clear air, as it were, on the charts, as the major indices continue to make record highs. I think having seen bond yields come off quite sharply, although they're ticking up just recently, I think pretty much equities are really the only game in town and remain so, really. Just investors are struggling to invest anywhere, really, for now. That's pretty much the message that they're delivering anyway. In terms of currency moves, well, the dollar certainly recovered some ground against the euro. Sterling, extraordinarily strong. More about that in a second. But the yen also giving up ground, actually losing 3 yen to the dollar, so that's nearly 3%. So quite a move on the dollar to a large extent. Sterling, well, that strengthened across the board. Very big moves versus the dollar and especially the euro. And in fact, even on Friday, following the MPC meeting on Thursday, even on Friday, we got another leg up in sterling after one of the very dovish members of the Monetary Policy Committee, i.e. someone who is not keen to push rates higher. He even said that he's going to be calling for an end to the historically low interest rates here in the UK, probably just reversing that cut that happened straight after Brexit. But I think, nevertheless, it could be symbolic initially if it's just one hike, talking about raising rates by 0.25% back up to 0.5% that existed before, as I say, Brexit. Smiles all round for all those savers, I guess. Otherwise, other markets, well, gold, a bit of a barometer for sort of geopolitical risk, etc. It's coming again last week, another $27 lower, certainly off its recent highs. Oil markets continue to sort of push ahead, actually. UK oil or Brent oil up $1.78. US oil, the West Texas Intermediary, up $2.3, so close to 5% move there. But it seems a bit of a disconnect between the inventories in the United States and where the oil markets are going. But certainly I think the US markets are probably a little more insulated from the OPEC production cuts due to the shale oil production. But anyway, we'll get data on that later on this week. Let's have a look at the calendar for the week. First of all, we got Mark Carney, the Governor of the Bank of England, speaking at the IMF on Monday evening. Central Bank lecture, hosted by the IMF, I should say. The important thing is they've got audience questions. So we might get some slip of a comment maybe about monetary policy. There could be anything that can happen. There certainly could be market moving anyway, so that's one to watch out for. We jump to Tuesday. We've got the minutes from the previous Reserve Bank of Australia monthly policy meeting, but we jump to Wednesday after that for the first sort of slug of really important data. Retail sales out in the UK, bumbling along, plus 0.2, plus 0.3% here in the UK. Regular weekly crude oil inventories, as I've just been talking about. But the main event of the week is the Federal Open Market Committee monthly policy meeting, much waited for, really. Nothing about interest rates. We're not expecting interest rates to change, so they're going to remain stuck at their 1.25 band. But the most important thing is, or expectation, is about details of the Fed's plans for unwinding their massive balance sheet. I refer to their massive balance sheet. It's the collection of treasuries, mortgage-backed securities, etc., that they've accumulated over the years of quantitative easing, and its plans as to what they're going to be doing with that. And it really, the devil is in the detail on that, but we'll find out at 7 o'clock on Wednesday evening. There's also a press conference at 7:30, so even more chances for the committee members and Janet Yellen, the chairperson of the Fed, to answer questions, and that could be more sort of angst or volatility for the markets when that happens. We jump to Thursday. The Bank of Japan monthly policy meeting, steady she goes there, no change expected. We then jump again later on, more central bank speeches. This time from Mario Draghi of the European Central Bank. In fact, he's got a couple of speeches coming up. Thursday, 2:30 in the afternoon. Mario Draghi is delivering the opening remarks at this European Systemic Risk Board conference in Frankfurt. Then he hops on a plane, goes all the way to Dublin, and he's talking at Trinity College, Dublin, on Friday morning. And again, all these speeches, there's always the possibility of some comment that's made, some reference to, interest rates or tapering of the QE as regards the ECB. So the markets are always on hand to pick up on anything, any little nuance, change in focus, etc. So, that's pretty much it for the rest of the week. Apart from the parliamentary elections in New Zealand on Friday, although we won't get a chance to articulate our views on that until when the markets first open in the Far East on Sunday evening, but here in Europe on Monday morning, next Monday. That's it. Thank you very much for listening. Bye for now.
If you would like more information about trading the right way, Trend Signal is giving you the opportunity to see and hear about its services live at a free online seminar. Take a look at the Trend Signal website for the latest events and to book your free place.